I've got an interesting experiment to talk to you about, and I wonder if you know it or not. So it's by an Italian psychologist called Giovanni Capito, who published a paper in 2017, and he basically took a load of participants and got them to stare at another person's face for 10 minutes. And the results were that 90% experienced hallucinations or distortions of their partner's face. 75% reported seeing monstrous or inhuman features. 50% reported their partner's face morphing into their own. 15% saw a relative's face instead of their partner's. So this is actually inspired by our guest last week, Zach, and he brought out this concept called Jamais vu, which is the opposite of déjà vu. So Jamais vu is when you see something familiar, but it feels like you've never seen it. And what we think is, or what the researcher thought was, in that experiment, the part of your brain responsible for facial recognition gets fatigued, and this effect of jamais vu comes in, and you see something that you haven't seen before from something that looks familiar. Now, if people wanted, they can give this a try and stare at a mirror for 10 minutes. But this has also been done, and there's also other examples of jamais vu in writing a word over and over and over again. And
then you feel like you're spelling it wrong, or like when you say a word over and over and over, and then the sound of it sounds weird.
So
interesting. Can I just ask a question? Because I don't know if I lost this while you were talking. Do these people that are staring at each other know each other before they go into this experiment? Are they strangers?
I believe it's their partner. Okay. I might have to double check though.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's interesting. If you have more, go ahead.
No, but that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just googled there the term jamais vu while you were talking, and it's about something familiar becoming unfamiliar, and I guess there is that, and I think that can happen, like you said, as a result of like fatigue to those systems. The one about the word example, I really relate to. You say a word loads, it just sounds wrong in the end, which is weird. I think I've heard teachers say that before in school. I remember, and things like this. But also, I think when contexts around things change, they become unfamiliar. Like, I don't know, I guess I've been thinking about this a little bit while I've been spending some time back in my hometown in the summer. You go to places that I've been so many times, driving past my old secondary school, even going back to like my mum's house and having dinner there. And it's like, I grew up here. I lived here for 18 years. I went to this school for 7 years. It's not like, it seems a bit unfamiliar now. It is like going to a new place, which is interesting. I know that's not really on the lines of what you proposed that experiment for, but that's how my brain responded to this idea. It's interesting.
Well, I think that's the right thing to do, is take it and try and apply it to other things, because the going home example, maybe the first day you go back, you get this is that place that had this function. But a week later, you're like, I kind of don't really fit in here, and how has it changed in that way? And the energy of it feels maybe a little bit off, not like how I used to remember it. So maybe there is something with the longer you stay, the more distorted it is.
I mean, but here's another one that's interesting. It's on similar lines. That the other day, I've been training like very infrequently over the last few weeks because this is my off time. But like when I'm bored, I'll just go have a shoot around. And I did the other day, and I went to the leisure centre that's like 15 minutes from where I stay in London, where I did so much training in the build up to Brazil. And it's like, while I was training, this thought hit me that like all that crazy stuff happened in South America. I did this whole tournament and all the live streams are there, and it's like immortalized in time and in memory, and through the footage that tournament happened, and I did that thing and whatever. And yet I still come back, and the leisure centre that I've always trained at is still the same. And all that stuff that happened to me is irrelevant to the place of the leisure centre. The basketball court's still going to be the same. The floor's going to still feel the same. And it was kind of a nice, humbling experience that it doesn't matter what event I go and compete in, where I train on a regular basis will always just be like the bare roots, like basketball hoop and court that I trained on previously. And it's like a place has a different context around it, and it seems familiar, but then it's kind of unfamiliar because I haven't been there for a little while, but I know that I was there for so long working towards this thing I just did. I mean, places have power to them. There's a point I'm going to make on that later on in my big point, but yeah, I'll leave it there for a sec.
Maybe this might not be the right example to put forward, but the first minute in a sauna and the 22nd minute in a sauna is not the same. You're reaching very unfamiliar territory when you get into the 20 minutes. Well, in the one that I used to go to anyway, when like your ability to see the room clearly and your ability to breathe and your senses are almost put in like a struggle state. They're put to the test a little bit more.